is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. I am so excited about today's episode because we're going to be doing another complete growing guide in our little mini series of tropical complete growing guides. So I know a lot of you enjoyed that avocado one, and I'm so grateful for all of your support. And I kind of just scrolled through the comments and saw what people wanted to see next. And a lot of you wanted to see chocolate, and a lot of you wanted to see banana. So I figured I'd kind of just eeny, meeny, miny, moe it, and I ended up with banana, so that's the one we're doing today. But if you are disappointed by that, just stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be on chocolate. So when it comes to growing bananas, there's a few things that you don't need to worry about. Number one, the first thing you don't need to worry about is leaf drop. Bananas are actually a plant that will drop their leaves as they grow. It's almost like an onion. There's really no woody stem to a banana. It's just leaves. So as the outer leaves, or as the younger leaves die, that becomes the outer leaves that just expand like an onion does. And so you don't need to worry about leaf drop. A lot of people send pictures and they say, I can't stop my banana tree from dropping its leaves, but it is growing. And I said, yeah, it's growing just fine. It's growing just fine. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. So don't panic. That's totally fine. You guys should just take like a razor blade or a knife and just cut the branch off at the part where it forks away from the trunk, and it'll be just fine. So I did want to talk about a few things. Obviously, that was the first one because that's the biggest concern a lot of people have when they start growing bananas. So when it comes to bananas, they need a few things. They need a lot of sunlight. They need a lot of fertilizer, and they need a lot of water. If you give them a lot of those three things, they will do great. When it comes to fertilizer, really just make sure there's a ton of nitrogen. Bananas are super nitrogen hogging. They don't like a whole lot of other nutrients, but I do give them that because I give them Trifecta Plus, which is what I give them which is what I give every other plant in my garden. So I give them Trifecta Plus. I give it to them once every 3 months. And that way I give them basically a fertilizing 4 times a year. And that way they stay growing, they do really well. And one of the nice things about bananas is they can pretty much take any fertilizer you give them because they just use the nitrogen like crazy. One of the things you'll see with bananas is that when they start to get a little low on nitrogen, the center of the leaf will start to turn a little bit yellow. It doesn't turn very yellow because bananas just don't really turn many colors other than green. There's green and then there's like light green. When they start to turn light green, like this here, so you can see, you get a little bit of light green color there, and then you get a darker green like this here. That's because it went through just a tiny little bit of nutrient deficiencies, and it responded very well to another fertilizing. So it will tell you when it needs to be fertilized again, but I try to not let it tell me because these bananas will grow so fast that if you can keep them pumped full of nutrients, they will just keep growing faster and faster. When it comes to watering, they like a lot of water, and they don't like to be soaking wet, but I do have them in just a regular potting mix, which is what we'll talk about next, which is soil, but I have them in a regular potting mix that has a good amount of sphagnum peat moss, because in the conditions that they grow in, they really like to just get a ton of water, and it's not swampy by any means, but there's so much organic matter where they grow that organic matter just acts as a sponge and holds it on. So that's why we grow in a regular potting mix, because we'll water them about once a week and they just love it. We have them in a self-watering container here that will hold on to the excess water, and it'll also act as a water catchment tray if we overwater. But then it will just reuse that water and wick it up and use it to grow. So that's watering. And then obviously sunlight. These, you can give them so much sunlight that you can pretty much give them 24 hours of sunlight and they probably wouldn't care. We don't, because we don't give anything 24 hours of sunlight, and I was kind of exaggerating there. But when it comes to bananas, we give them at least 12 hours of sun. Underneath these grow lights, they get 16 hours of grow light, which is about the equivalent of 11.5 to 12 hours of sunlight. And so when it comes to bananas, just make sure they're getting a ton. If you give them any less than about 7 hours of sunlight, they're going to suffer. They won't die, but they will suffer. You'll find that the leaves will get really, really, really dark green And that's not always a good thing to see a really dark green. Generally, if a leaf turns really dark green, it's because it's got a ton of nitrogen, and that's what's helping it turn really nice and dark green. That super, super dark green is actually because the leaf is trying to photosynthesize any sunlight that it can access. And the darker green that it is, the more chlorophyll is in the leaf. And tons of chlorophyll might seem like a good thing, but it's actually a problem because it's a stimulus to the plant that it's kind of in survival mode. It needs sunlight, it needs more of it. And so when it gets really super dark green, the leaves also will thin and they become very, very droopy and super long. And so that's just, again, a stimulus that happens when the tree is trying to find some form of sunlight. So, you want to make sure that it's getting enough adequate sunlight so it doesn't do that, because then it'll kind of slow down and it pretty much will shut down on growing altogether and it won't grow. And so the final thing that's kind of important I wanted to mention that tied into watering was the soil. The soil is vital to having successful bananas. They do not like swampy conditions, but they do like being watered very well. So the thing is that you can't, without adequate soil, you can't have the perfect moisture content in your soil, because if it's like heavy clay or really heavy sand, the sand will dry, the sand will drain very well and dry out very quickly. The clay will hold on to too much water and really won't drain very well at all. And that's why we use just a very good quality potting mix. We use ProMix, and ProMix is just our go-to potting mix for anything that can handle these types of growing conditions. And it's awesome because it's got a little bit of coconut husk fiber, and it's got a little bit of sphagnum peat moss, as well as perlite. And those three things are just awesome at holding on to moisture, but not too much, just the right amount. So that's the soil that we give it. And then the final thing that I really wanted to talk about is temperature and pH. Temperature and pH, because pH doesn't really matter that much, but you do want to make sure that it's slightly acidic. Where bananas grow, they have a lot of organic matter decomposing, and that yields a slightly acidic environment. Around 6.0 to 6.5, usually no more than that, so slightly acidic. And also, when it comes to temperature, make sure you give them a nice warm environment. They're tropical. You don't see bananas growing in Michigan, even though there are varieties that can. I understand. These bananas do not. Fruiting bananas, these will produce actual edible fruit when they get of age. These bananas will not tolerate any cold weather whatsoever. In fact, if they do, they'll start to shrivel on the edges, turn brown, and then they will die. When it comes to the fruiting varieties, nothing less than around 60 degrees. I make sure that mine stay right around 70 degrees. If it gets below that, I just move it back indoors. If it goes above 100 degrees, I move it indoors as well. That's because too much temperature can be a bad thing as well. Where these bananas grow, they don't really get above 100 degrees because it's so humid that humidity really prevents a lot of that. It prevents the temperature from getting up much higher than that anyways. One last thing. When your banana plant starts growing, it's going to start growing very quickly. A lot of times people want to prune their bananas. This is a big no-no. Do not prune your bananas. This is because bananas have a crown. It's a lot like your lettuce, you could say, where if you pinch back the crown, there's nothing else there for leaves to form. The crown grows upwards as the tree matures. And so if you take a knife and just hack off the top a little bit because it's getting too tall, what will happen is it will literally kill the entire tree. The only thing that you can do to prevent the tree from getting too tall is to completely restart with pups. A banana plant, when it gets of age, will actually produce smaller pups. It forms at the base of the plant. And then what you can do is you can actually completely hack down the original tree if it gets too tall and just regrow those smaller pups. But by that point, the tree will be so large that it'll typically produce fruit. And after it produces fruit, you cut it down. So that's one of the downsides to growing bananas if you're growing a large variety. They do make other smaller dwarf varieties that grow to 5-6 feet tall, but that's not the variety I'm growing. I'm actually growing a what's called a Mahoy, And this Mahoy is like an heirloom, super unique banana that produces these really long bananas. So super cool. So that's why I wanted to grow this one. But that's how to grow bananas. Super easy, really not that difficult. But there's a lot to growing these tropicals because they are tropical and we're not in a tropical environment. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to like this video if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and also make sure to check out all of our other growing guides. We have a whole playlist of a ton of them on our playlist here on YouTube or at MIgardener.com. Just go to media, click playlists, and there's a growing guides tab that you can click to watch all of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next episode, we'll catch you later. See ya. Bye.